Hello?
How you doing?
Robert Davi?
Speaking.
Welcome to the Wiseguyz Show!
Robert.
Thank you, guys. Sorry I'm late. I was on a phone call, and it ran a little later than I expected.
No problem. I just want to introduce myself. I'm Freddie the Fireman. I'm here with all the Wiseguyz who will introduce themselves as we go. I also want to introduce to you Dominic Polifrone, our in-studio guest, who was the undercover agent that worked on nabbing the Iceman.
Hello, Robert. How you doing?
Ah, interesting. All right.
You were in the movie, and we thought this was like an omen to have. We had him, and then you confirmed, and we said you were in 160 movies. So I think anybody I had in the studio, you would have been in that movie too.
You never know.
Yeah.
So now, where were you? Where were you a fireman, Fred?
In Newark, New Jersey.
Okay, nice.
And I
know a lot of the guys on Long Island.
Oh, okay.
All the brothers there, yeah.
I did 25 years in Newark, and I retired 6 years now, and just moving along and doing the Wiseguyz Show with all these great guys here.
So who the hell is there with you? What
Go ahead, introduce yourself, guys, one at a time.
I'll go first. How you doing, Robert? My name is Angelo Chetta. I'm a big fan.
Angelo what?
Angelo Chetta.
Acetta.
Acetta, yes.
What part of Italy are you from?
Parents are from Provincia di Salerno.
Salerno, okay.
We're actually paisans because you're from Avellino, no? Your family's from Avellino.
My mother and my mother, her mom and dad are from Avellino. She's at the Nusco.
Yeah, that's a Campania. Yeah, Campania. Yep.
Was a big famous town.
My father's mother and father is from Sicily, from Palermo, Torretta.
Ah,
Torretta.
Mezzo Napolitano and mezzo Siciliano.
Bravo.
That's beautiful.
That's pretty strong.
You got the Napolitano and Siciliano.
That's a lot said right there, Mike.
How you doing, sir?
My name intensity right there.
Yeah, my name is Michael DeGennaro, a.k.a. Jumpin' Gennaro. That's my stage name as a singer.
All right, wait a minute, Jumpin' Gennaro. Slow down.
Jumping right there.
All right, Jumpy.
That's why he's jumping.
Wait a second. What is your last name?
DeGennaro.
DeGennaro.
Yes, sir. So
DeGennaro, not DiGennaro.
DeGennaro.
DeGennaro.
DeGennaro. D-E.
Saying it right.
So like San Gennaro, DeGennaro. Well, so one of the special things is right sitting at the table. Pretty much everybody is from Avellino region.
Really?
My father is from. It's just by coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence, actually. But that's another story. This is, my father was from Baiano, Avellino, Provincia di Avellino. My mother is, she's still here with us, is from Torre Annunziata, which is right by the Vesuvius.
Nice. Yeah, Vesuvius is speaking lately, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, by Pompeii. All right, next
is my name is Biagio. I'm a huge fan from Italy. I'm from Salerno.
What is it?
Biagio.
Cognome.
What's your last name?
Benevenga.
What? Benevenga?
Benevenga, yes. And I'm from Salerno, but I married, my wife is from Siracusa, Sicily.
Okay.
And the doc.
Nice.
The doc is next.
I'm Dr. Anthony Raimundo. My mother was from
What
La
kind of
Provincia.
doctor? What kind of doctor?
I have a doctorate degree in education, and I also have another doctorate degree in theology. So I have two. And
Okay. So you're not like a Fauci doctor. You're a doctor.
Actually, the way I see it, it's like this. See, if you get your BS degree, that's called bullshit. If you get an MS degree, that's considered more of the same. Now, when you get a PhD, it's piled higher and deeper. So I got a lot of shit that I know. And since I have
That's
two
fantastic.
doctorate degrees, I really got a lot of shit. But anyway, getting back, my mother is from Provincia di Avellino. My father was from Provincia di Caserta. My wife is from Provincia di Avellino.
Yes.
She was actually born in Italy.
Yep.
I myself and like Jumpin' Gennaro here, we have a very unique situation because the two of us have come to America without a passport, without paying any traveling fees, and we were probably the best kind of illegal immigrant that's possible to walk on the planet. And the reason is we both came with a pregnant mother and were born here, but we were made in Italy. So my feet are purple.
All right. So you're an anchor baby.
And Sal Pagliarulo.
Sal.
Sal.
My name is Salvatore Pagliarulo. I'm a big fan of El Grande Roberto Davi, and I'm also from Avellino. I'm a restaurateur and a music promoter, and we're all here having some fun and trying to bring the Italian community together here in New Jersey, in America, and all over the world.
That's right. That's right.
That's
it.
what
All
we
right.
are.
Now, what's your last name again?
My last
What
name
is your last?
my last name is Pagliarulo, but now everybody calls me
What is it? Say it
Slowly,
again.
slowly.
Pagliarulo.
Pagliarulo.
My last name was made famous. My cousin played for the
Pagliarulo.
Yankees.
He's trying to hear what you
Wait.
say.
Ashpet. I want to get the name right.
Yeah,
Go slow. Say it again.
Pagliarulo.
Pagliarulo.
È un nome avellinese from
Paru.
Avellino.
Okay, from Avellino. My mother's maiden name was Rulo or Ruli.
Rulo.
Yeah, Rulo.
Rulo.
My mother's maiden name was, my grandfather was Stefano Rullo, R-U-L-L-O, and my grandmother's name was Micaela Biancanello.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Tutto italiano. And also these guys call me Don Sal Pags. Sal Pags.
Yes, yes.
Don't
Ro-
panic.
We love you,
Robert, I just want to introduce you to the person who made this happen, our talent coordinator. Annette's in the house. She wants to say hello.
Hi, Robert. How are you?
All right, how are you?
I am the proud wife of Freddie Tenor. We just got married on Friday.
Yes.
Hey.
Now, Freddie is...
Freddie the fireman.
Freddie the fireman, yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
I never
God bless
told you my last name was Tenor, and both my parents come from
Tenore.
provincia di Avellino. Paese si chiama Andretta. Andretta.
Andretta.
Yeah, it's
Good thing it's not Drangheta.
what?
A drangheta.
It's like Andretti, but with an A. Mario Andretti, so it was
I
spelled
got
with
you.
an A.
In
Andretta,
drangheta.
I want to thank you for your time.
Calabrese is Drangheta.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's got it
Bravo
right.
is a mafia.
So,
It's called in
Robert,
Drangheta.
are
Yeah,
you first generation
Drangheta.
Italian American?
My parents were born here.
Okay.
I'm second.
Second generation.
But you still speak it very well, so that's great that they kept on the tradition.
I speak,
God bless.
they died young. I used to speak it better, now and then. Well,
Yeah.
if I'm in Italy for a little bit, I can start yakking away.
Exactly. That's what I said. It
Absolutely.
sounds like he picks it up right away.
Well, Robert, we follow you everywhere, and we're big fans of yours. Not only because you're an actor and a producer and a singer, we follow you a lot. Because you're Italian American, and you're a voice for the Italian Americans, which is what we try to do. And when needed, obviously, and we're so
God
proud.
bless you.
We're proud to have someone like you always to stand up
Yes.
for the Italian American people.
Yes.
And I want you to know it's very important to us
Thank you.
because we need that, because we're just like we're simple mom and pop guys, and to have someone
Absolutely.
like you,
We're proud. We're
just so
proud.
you know, whenever you need us, it's not. I'm telling you, you're calling the best crew to come with you. You'll never be disappointed with our representation, and we have respect, but we know what to say and how to handle it. So just so you know,
Is
That's
there
great
anything
to
in the future for you running for office for any seat?
I don't know. I sniff around a little bit here and there, but it's a cesspool. So what do I want to get in that cesspool?
That's
Well,
true, but
yeah.
you would have a lot of Italian Americans from this country backing you
Could
up.
do more behind the scene at this point.
So, Robert.
Yeah, if there was some kind of drafting thing at some point, but it's I'd rather be able to get what they need.
We might have to
They
draft
need
you then.
You got Nancy Pelosi, who's she controls, I think, a lot of the Italian organizations, but not the grassroots.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Italians are, left leaning because of that's what happened. And look at Columbus when she didn't stand up for Columbus.
Broke our heart.
That was the end.
It broke our heart.
When she didn't stand up for Columbus, and she did just a statue. Look, just a statue. I did the movie with Brando, Christopher Columbus, The Discovery. I was in Madrid. I was with the experts from Spain. Columbus wasn't a piece of garbage.
Nope.
If anything, he was a bad governor.
You know what I say, Robert? I'll be honest with you. This is what I tell people to their face. I don't have nothing to hide, but we have problems telling people what happened 250 years ago, let alone 550 years ago. How can you talk about how a person lived, what he had to do to survive? Back then, you had to carry a gun, a knife, and kill the person on the street who tried to harm you. How can you even think of what happened 550 years ago, practically, to tell us what he did and how he lived and what it's absurd. It's disgusting to even go into that. How can you tell me?
It's not even true.
That's all I'm saying.
The problem is that Pelosi, as a leader of the Italian community, God bless that, there's Italians out there, but she should have never got away with this shit.
No.
It's disgusting. She should have told the truth. She should have told the truth to the American people, even Junipero Serra, because we hear a lot of stuff about. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
We're listening
We
really
hear a lot of
attentively.
stuff about, let's say, look, I respect all people. I respect all people's struggle. We were taught that. I always tell people how the New York Times berated the Italian American community in 1906, as they did the black community. We were not called white; we were called brown.
Mm-hmm.
And you get this, and it's fine. I never had we were never taught to be victims, and we were berated just like the Irish, just like every immigrant generation comes in here. But now they've used it as a political football, and they did then too. But now it becomes much more corrupt. So how do you educate the people? How do you hold Pelosi accountable? Nobody holds her accountable, like they didn't hold Cuomo accountable.
Oh, bro.
This is Jumpin' Gennaro. I just wanted to comment about something because we're talking about something that's very important and striking a nerve with all of us, and we don't really talk about politics a lot, but this is very important. My understanding is that Pelosi's, when she was very young, she used to drive in a car, and her father used to be in the parades. I don't remember where he was a politician or if he was a
Baltimore.
Baltimore,
yeah.
So what? I mean,
Baltimore.
So
And
what?
he was known for putting up a lot of the statues that were torn down that she didn't stick up for. That's like me not going.
Listen, also it's rumored that her father was in bed with a mafia guy. They were dealing drugs. They were doing all kinds of stuff. There's rumors all over the place.
Yeah.
Her brother got arrested for rape. Whatever it is.
Whatever,
There's
but
also rumors that she had the Presidio in San Francisco where Gorbachev stayed and came up with this whole new world order thing. There's a lot of stuff around that.
Right,
But I sorry to interrupt.
well,
Continue.
but basically, I don't think her father was, any way in the opposite direction. I think he was for the people, especially the Italian, the community.
I would think so.
Yeah. So
Well,
I don't know.
Think so. Where did her politics become awoken? She's so woke now, and what I don't understand where, because it just is. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
You know what it
because
is? You know what it
you
is?
could take-
It's money. It's all about money and power. That's all it is. It don't matter about your heritage no more. If you're at that higher level, it's all about money and power and the people in your family
Where's
that
the
are
heart?
growing up in your footsteps that you want to carry on the money to and the power.
Where's the
keep
heart?
it.
Where's the heart?
Where's
the heart?
That's what it's all about. That's what I look at
Where's
it
the
as.
heart?
It's all about money. Taking the statue down, it's all about money. They didn't even want to take the statue down until you had to come up with the money to have somebody go take the statue down. It's all about money.
Well, it's beyond that. If it was that easy,
I think that
it's about Marxist culturalism, guys.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well put.
That's what it's
Put.
about.
The statue.
he's got
I
it
think the
down.
statue is just saying, you know
a
what,
tool
we're
for
gonna
them to
knock
get
it
there.
down because we know it's gonna piss you off. That's all it really is. It has nothing to do with.
I wrote an article. No, it's here's what it is. I wrote an article in, what is it, 2012 or 13. President Obama, who I met, was a nice gentleman. I met him at a NIAF dinner in Washington, D.C. It's a long story. But there was Mount Denali in Alaska, where the locals called it Mount Denali. And it was named Mount McKinley at a certain time. Now, McKinley was an abolitionist. He was also a Republican, I believe. But they renamed, President Obama renamed Mount McKinley Mount Denali. We should no longer call it McKinley. That, to me, was a dry run for all of this in terms of Marxist culturalism,
2012.
because the only way Marxist culturalism can infect you is to lobotomize the history of the and create a new history.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, because Columbus didn't own slaves. And there were two factions of Indians, as you guys probably know, the Taínos and the Caribs, that were killing each other. One of them even ate babies. They were cannibalistic, one of those groups.
Yeah.
And, it was not like everybody was innocent. But yet they want to rewrite this whole thing for whatever. It's Marxist culturalism. It's a concerted effort on globalism.
The
globalism.
reality of it is that we literally built this country. So if we get no credit at all, we're in a sense you're eliminating our race. If you eliminate our race, you're taking away our power. Our power is what? That we came.
They're diluting. No, bro, it's on purpose. They're diluting everyone's vote
Yes.
in America.
Yes.
Who's born here, and they're infiltrating it with an immigrant population that has a Marxist cultural education, so they can hand it to them, give them things, take away from Americans. Makes no sense. It makes no sense at all that you have a family. Imagine having a child and then adopting 4 or 5 others. Tucker Carlson talked about this the other night. It was a very good point. You have a child, your birth child, your blood child, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna adopt five kids. Now the new 5 kids come on. Your kid, your blood kid, sees you treat them better than they're treating you. How the hell is that poor kid gonna feel? New bicycles, bigger bedrooms, more of this. They get whatever they want to have, better clothes, and your blood kid is just neglected. Well, that's happening here in America.
Jeez. Yeah. Well,
It's a reality.
it's a fight that we have to all go continue fighting, and we every not just Columbus Day, every year, everything we do is always to promote our culture, our heritage, our history, everything that our family traditions, everything we try to do. And it's all we could do until our next generation decides to do the same. We could only keep fighting until we're gone, and the next generation follows. But it's sad.
So
On a better note, though, Mr. Davi, I want to mention something about this the movie that you did play a role in, the Iceman, because we have Dominic Palifrone here, who was actually.
All right, Dominic, tell me his last name. Palifrone?
Palifrone. Dominic, go ahead. Speak.
Okay.
Yeah, Dominic Palifrone. And I got to tell you all this
Where you from? Where's your people from?
My people came, my father's from Calabria. So,
Wrong,
Hardhead, and that's me. And my mother from Naples. And
Okay.
so worked construction all their lives, and gave me the pick and shovel, I told everyone here, and said, hey, either that 7 days a week or college. And eventually I headed to college. It was the best move I made. you know, and they worked
You weren't
hard.
stupid.
Well, the movie The Iceman was around you, wasn't it?
Not this movie. This movie was based mostly on Kuklinski, and the one I'm working with right now is with Federico Castellucci, that we've been discussing more on my end about what actually took place to put this in place.
Okay.
And how we worked the undercover, because I worked 18 months in the streets before I can even meet him. So it was a long process, but you know, they were also asking, listen, you know, I know he murdered 5 people, but they had circumstantial evidence and they needed direct evidence. I had to find out how he froze the body, how he killed the individual, how he used the pure cyanide on individuals. And after a while, you know, he got to tell me, you know, and I would tell him, listen, I kill people with guns. What the fuck are you talking about? You know, with this drug. He says, Dom, he says, you give them a little boost. He says, and they go to sleep. He says, however, he says, if you want to make a statement, you cut the tongue, you know, and you stick it up the rectum, or you grab the bird and you put it in the mouth. However, with the pure cyanide, it's nice and clean. And they can't find it. They didn't look for it at that time until Dr. Baden back then wrote a book regarding this specific case, and now they, you know, check for poisons during the autopsies.
Hey, Robert. So the
Yes.
scene in the movie The Iceman where Richard Kuklinski actually kills your character in the car. I believe your character was Louis Merckx, the boss from New York.
Leonard Merckx.
Oh, Leonard Merckx. Okay, yeah.
Well, yeah, but they didn't use his real name, which was Nino Gaggi.
Yes. But that
It was
scene.
based loosely on Nino Gaggi. So they you know, but that's who it was supposed to be.
Yep. But that scene where he killed you in the car in the graveyard, Kuklinski actually did that. He killed gentleman killed in the car in the Bergen County graveyard, and he left him there in the car.
Yeah.
So that scene
Yeah.
was, you know, was intense.
Pretty intense.
Yeah, I mean, he was cold-blooded. You
50's a fuck you, he said.
Yeah, it was a fuck you. Yeah, you played that character you played was great. You did a great job with that, Rob. Really loved it.
Thank you.
Well, I want to ask you, what are you doing now, Reese? Anything we can know about that you're doing new?
I'm doing, a bunch of things. I'm doing a new album. I just finished a film called I Love Us. I did a film called Dark Angel. I have a film, Reagan, with Dennis Quaid and Penelope Ann Miller, where I play Brezhnev.
Oh, wow.
Leonid Brezhnev. I just finished a podcast that'll be for Spotify that is videoed on Bitcoin. 12 episodes where I introduce all the major billionaires on Bitcoin, and then they're questioned inside the thing. So it's a fascinating. Even the guy that they say created Craig Wright, they say who created Bitcoin. And then I'm doing a TV series called Paper Empire. Myself, Wesley Snipes, Denise Richards, Steve Guttenberg, several great people, and so that should be out in September. Oddly enough, also about the financial world. I play a character named Lawrence Finch, who is written by Robert Gillings from Brooklyn, and I play Lawrence Finch, who is controlled about $90 billion. Madoff on steroids, but he didn't lose the money. He puts it in a digital limbo. And this, again, goes into a whole other technology where I create financial Armageddon around the corruptness of the world.
Nice. Well, I want to tell you something. There's a few of my friends back in the Italian cafe back home who praised your singing, and I think your singing is unbelievable. We are always inviting you when you're in town, and I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed, and you ain't got to worry about security. I can tell you that right now. So, but what I want to get at is one of the members here, Jumper Gennaro, his family owns Blue Eyes Restaurant on the waterfront in Hoboken, where Angelo Chetta's from, in Sinatra Park. And if you ever are willing to do a performance there, I'm sure we could put it together and make something special for you, because I know you do a lot of Sinatra and I think you would just be overwhelmed with the love that you would get there.
Absolutely.
Really, in Hoboken.
Yeah, on the water.
On the water, Sinatra Park, and the restaurant is called Blue Eyes.
How many people does it hold? How many?
We have
do
the
it
whole
outdoor,
outdoor.
right?
We have the whole
We
outdoor.
do outdoor. It's a piazza. It's
a
an
piazza,
amphitheater.
yep.
It's actually an amphitheater that was developed there for Shakespeare in the park, but it's right literally below the restaurant quarters, which is
It's a beautiful
If you
setting.
look up Blue Eyes Restaurant, Google Blue Eyes
Hoboken.
Restaurant in
I
Hoboken.
already did. I'm looking.
Oh, you
Good guy.
you could see the view. You'll see that you're in the heart of Sinatra world over there.
The background be New York City for you.
You just give us the okay, and we'll put it all together, and we'll have Italian singing sensation Biagio open up for you over there.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. You were going on everything that you've been doing recently. That's pretty amazing because with the pandemic, there's very little.
I know, with the pandemic.
That's little with the pandemic, so that's impressive. But your history is impeccable with how much you actually have achieved. So what we do on our show, we still haven't given you a taste of it yet. Dominic got it earlier. We do a celebration with a not so. So on the count of 3, we're gonna give you our blessings. All right? 1, 2, 3, so!
Great.
Yeah.
So
what do you
how
think?
do you do this? How's the sound there? I mean, you got to put. It's not easy that people say, "Hey, concert." You got to make money. You got to have great sound. You got to bring in the band. All that bullshit.
I can tell you
we
right
handle all
now,
that.
Italian singing sensation
have everything.
Biagio is a musical genius. He is a sound guy, is the best you could find. And his son, who's our engineer, sitting in the studio with us, he's very quiet unless he's in the other room on the phone. But he's very quiet right now. They are as
best.
professional as it comes to the best sound you'll ever
Yeah,
have.
Robert, we have all the sound production, lights. We'll have everything you need.
Stage, anything you
set
want.
everything up.
TVs.
We'll have everything set up.
And what about you got the pianos?
We could,
Got
yeah. I
everything.
mean, if
We
you
get
need
everything.
a piano,
We'll fly one in from wherever you want.
I saw Biagio play the piano while he was on the phone talking to somebody, practicing with his band,
with his
and
toes.
telling them that they were off.
Having an espresso at the same time.
He was doing with his toes.
I'm telling you, it's the truth. It's
Robert,
not my
however
lie.
you want to do it, either you bring tracks, because I'm a musician as well. I sing. You want to
No,
bring
I don't do
tracks? or you-
tracks.
Okay,
No,
so
we get
we'll,
Tony Bennett doesn't do tracks.
okay. So you know
wanna-
what? If you
I'm
want
not
to,
no, because you know why? Cause
Sure.
And I don't take anybody. I don't put anybody down on that. But it's tracks is for me is karaoke. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
you're right.
It's
Absolutely.
spontaneous at the moment.
absolutely. Listen,
You know.
we could have whatever you need as far as.
That's like singing at the feast. You know what I mean?
Correct.
That's right there.
Well, what
It's
accompaniment?
expensive.
Robert,
It's not cheap.
what accompaniment would you like? What instrument? Well, you want a couple? You want some horn, some live horn? You
Well,
want?
no, I have guys in New York. I've got a trio in New York.
All right.
Oh,
there you
that's
go.
it then. We get them.
Drums, guitar. I have 4 people in New York, great players. That could, so you don't have the flights or the hotels. It would just be me coming in town, rehearsing with them, putting a show together, that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But
You're
I'd
not
have
the
to
only.
check out the sound.
We'll have everything ready, whatever they need. I mean, they can bring the equipment, but as far as having a piano there, having the sound system there, having the wireless mics, we'll have everything there for you.
Yeah, I have my own mic. I've got my.
We fly.
my sound.
Biagio flies in all famous Italian singers from Italy to do our Valentine's
Yeah, all
Day
the events,
specials
yep.
and then our events that we do. We flew in Pupo. I don't know if you're familiar with any Italian artists, but Pupo.
Massimo
Adriano
Ranieri.
Celentano. Adriano Celentano.
Can't get him.
Right,
here.
Celentano won't fly here because
won't
he's
come.
scared of flying.
Maybe you'll inspire him. Maybe we can finally get him here.
But we had musicians
I
come
got-
over. We had to get them the
How about
equipment.
Ranieri? Ranieri.
Massimo Ranieri,
Yes.
yeah,
Oh,
he came
yeah.
over.
Yes.
I opened up for him, yeah, in AC Tropicana.
2 years ago.
Yep.
Rose rosse per te ho comprato stasera. That's Massimo.
Yeah, so
Ranieri.
Robert, if
That's
you're
right,
really
you got
interested
that
in
old-
that, we could set it up. We could discuss that
Well,
if you like.
there's one
Yeah,
thing.
let's discuss. because Hoboken is, that's where Frank was born.
Yes.
Right,
What
actually,
was-
right next door to me. Actually, I
The
live
food,
right next
first-
door to his house.
This is not. This is another thing that's very important. I know. I know that you. I'm sure you know great Italian food, but some people claim the food is great, and so one thing is for sure, you're gonna get a really, really great experience too with the food and the ambiance and our family's love. That's one thing you're gonna really appreciate. You're gonna feel like, besides everybody sitting here tonight, our family, you'll feel like you're back
You're
in
in
the day.
Campagna in Avellino.
Campagna in Avellino.
Back in Avellino.
And
In
Yeah,
New Jersey.
I saw the food.
In
I'm looking
Jersey.
at the menus. I looked at the menus. The food looked good.
Wow, he's really
got
good.
you beat,
He's
guys.
good.
and Robert, if you want to look up where Sinatra was born, it's actually 415 Monroe Street. And my wife,
I was there.
Where were you?
I did a document. I did my first film with Sinatra. You know that, right?
I do. Yes. I read that.
Wow.
But yeah. So,
So
my wife grew up right
it
next
was
door.
friends of mine. I've been to 415 Monroe Street. They got the bench outside the place where he was born.
Yeah.
I met Davi Sinatra years ago.
Oh wow.
Awesome.
Our mothers died the same year, 1977.
Okay.
Wow. Sorry.
The year that I did that Cherry Street film.
That's right.
But the Dali Gravante, her name was Natalia. That's Natalie Gravante, his mother's name was.
That was your first
But-
actual.
That was my first film, yeah.
On Cherry Street.
Contract on Cherry
Contract on
Contract
Cherry
on Cherry
Street.
Street.
This is crazy.
1977, I think.
No, I
Dominic,
have pictures. I was working undercover. I bought guns on the set
Really?
on Cherry Street. I have the pictures.
Oh wow.
Well, Sonny Grasso and Randy Jurgensen were on the set all the time.
Yes, but I bought it from the makeup artist that did Sinatra, and I got the pictures. Yeah, on the set.
Look at that. I'm telling you, this was like an omen to have you call in and have there was no
Iceman.
connection, and we just had him on and you on, and boom.
There's a lot of flow going on here.
it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, listen.
Harry Guardino, you know.
That's what I grew up with. I mean, yeah.
You ever hear of a restaurant called Separate Tables?
No. Separate tables.
That's on my house.
That's interesting.
Where's this located though?
This
Rob?
has nothing to do with
You never
COVID.
heard of Separate Tables in New York?
In New York?
No.
No, sir.
We have so many great restaurants in Jersey. We don't go to New York.
Dominic.
That's the
Dominic.
truth. That's the truth.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Dominic.
Go
Where's
ahead.
Dominic?
Right
Dominic.
here. Yeah.
You never heard of Separate Tables?
Honest. No. I'm listening.
He's not going to tell us.
Is this,
I'm
does
guessing
it still
it's in
exist?
Manhattan?
Does it still exist?
It was probably part of one of
A guy named Louis owned it.
Who owned it?
Esposito?
Louis?
Esposito?
No, Louis, not Esposito.
Well, did you go to Ponte's?
Louis, you don't know who it is? I mean, he's gone. I guess I met him on the set. Who gives a shit?
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Lou-
You know what I mean? Yeah. Guy named Louis Dome.
Louis Dome. Made guy from what family, Rob?
What?
What family was he made from?
Louis Dome. I think he. I'm not sure because I met him back then.
Well, this is jumping
But
Gennaro.
he was like, you know, either one of the G families.
Okay.
It's gotta be-
He was a heavy hitter, though? He was a heavy hitter, Rob?
Gambino.
Gambino Genovese.
He was the captain.
Copy. All right, capo. Okay.
He was a capo, and I met him because of Little Italy at that time, you know.
Yeah.
But it was a very interesting story.
I bet.
Well,
I had a question.
we said a lot today, too, huh?
Just getting whacked when we walk out here.
This is jumping Gennaro again, Robert Davi. Just wanted to know, I mean, if we sat here all night and we talked about everything you've done, you know, it would take more than a night. What is your really proudest, you think is your proudest
Moment.
product and your project in your whole career?
Well, you know, that's always the kids, right?
Absolutely. I
The
like that
kids-
answer. I love that answer.
You know, the kids are always, you know what I mean? You know, everything is an accoutrement, and if you can kind of like give something to the children, and respect and the love for the culture. Like my kids, they're all, my wife one was Irish, one was Norwegian, Swedish. This one, my current wife, who's a wonderful woman, is from Estonia. But I have a 2-year-old with. But all my kids, if you ask them what they are, they go Italian. They don't even say about the other side.
Taught him well. You taught him well.
You know, but no, I say you got to enjoy both sides. You know,
Right.
culture is beautiful.
Yes.
I love the culture of all of us. You know, I mean that everything should be celebrated because I travel the world and there's so many interconnectedness with everything. And I think for me, I love, like they directed a film called The Dukes with me and Chaz Palminteri. I don't know if you guys saw it. 2008, won 9 awards, went around the world on it.
I'm watching it.
It's a sweet film. That, you know, and I think my album, you know, my first album went to number 6 on Billboard Jazz.
That's right.
Produced by Phil Ramone.
I have that written down. That's
And-
right.
And what Quincy Jones says about the album, you know what I mean? But anyway, so I think combination of certain things.
On the road to romance.
Yes.
Yep. So, are we going to see you in Hoboken on the waterfront in Sinatra Park, right outside of
Big night.
Wiseguyz restaurant one day?
Tell you something, God willing, and we can work out all the little small details. But I'm saying, how many people do you get? Because that's where the thing comes in.
Well, we're gonna mention Mike's brother-in-law owns his sister, his brother-in-law. They own the restaurant there. They're partnered up with another Italian guy from directly from Italy, and they would iron it out with I guess the community,
the details. If we do it, we do it outside. The sky's the limit. If
Yeah.
we do it inside,
Well, we got to do it outside.
We got to do it.
It's got to be
outside.
done
It's
outside.
got to be done outside.
Got to be done outside.
On a beautiful night in New York, it would be the word priceless. Let's use that word.
That skyline. in the background,
here's what it is. And if you look,
No, but just tell me how does it hold?
Is it a couple
That's what
hundred,
I'm
Mike?
saying.
He just wants to get an
yeah,
idea.
if we do it outside, a couple hundred, sure.
A couple of hundred.
And what we can do is we can make it private where it's only connected to the restaurant, even though it's in the amphitheater. Obviously, people in the park can watch from a distance, but we can have that.
No, the more the merrier.
Yeah, no, we'll fill the park. The park will be
Oh,
filled.
the park would be filled for sure.
You could fit at
If
least
you sell
500
tickets,
comfortable in that
the more
park,
the
Rob.
merrier,
500
you know
in
what
the
I'm saying?
500 in that whole park comfortable.
500 surrounding? No, more than that. Even beyond that, it goes all the way down the walkway. Goes all the way down
Yeah,
for
we-
to the
we-
train station.
Yeah.
You could put thousands of people in the park.
Yeah.
Because I've done almost like in Eisenhower Park on Long Island, we did 18,000, 15,000, 12,000.
Yeah,
We
the park along the way in the streets will be thousands. We thought you were talking about centralized.
Yeah, no.
Near
The only thing is,
restaurant.
obviously, with COVID, I don't know how many they're going to allow.
Yeah.
But we definitely, you could get
No,
500,
well, I'd
600
like to
people.
do this if they start loosening up with
Yeah,
COVID.
so
That's really
hopefully-
what I'm looking forward to do it. I don't
So
want
the
to do
thing
it.
is, let's plan for when it opens up, because otherwise it doesn't pay. You know.
Doesn't
Exactly.
right.
There's one thing I want to share with you that you'll find very interesting. We're involved not just Italian culture. We have become an entertainment platform, and we celebrate
social media platform.
social media platform, and we celebrate anything that's special. In the arts, we don't really do much with politics, but in the arts, anything that anybody has important to share, new artists, writers, you name it, people in film, music, we celebrate it. And
That's wonderful.
I'm sure you've heard of Joe Piscopo. Well, Joe Piscopo is a Jersey boy, and I have a friend of mine who's been pressing me to call because he's doing a show, and this is something that you could channel in from where you're at. WABC on Sunday. He's got a radio show.
Yeah, no, I did it. We spoke over. Joe's a friend. We spoke.
Okay,
Well, Joe's another voice for the Italian American community.
well, I want you to do something. If
Robert Davi and Joe are probably the two top Italian Americans that stand up
that
for
made
us.
a film, that made lots of film. Do me if you could do me one favor, because this is very interesting. We're going to do a full spin. I got him stumped 2 weeks ago. A friend of mine said, "You got to call in. You got to call in." I did something very special for her. I sang for her mother's funeral, if you could believe it. She's a beautiful Jewish lady, and her mom was 93 years old, and she heard me sing a special rendition of "It Was a Very Good Year" that I do, and she wanted me to whistle the chorus as I did, and now he's asking me to call every week and do the whistle. And this past Sunday, he was teasing on the radio once I got off. He goes, "You know what? I think this guy Jumpin' Gennaro, he must have been my neighbor down the shore in Jersey, because I was a kid and I used to wake up in the morning and I used to hear this guy whistle, 'Fly Me to the Moon.'" and so I was looking so forward to hearing it, but eventually I was like, I wish he would whistle another Sinatra song. It's always the same song. and so now there's this routine thing that he wants me to call every week and sing a whistle song. He wants me to whistle the song. So when you do talk to him, say, "Hey, do you know somebody named Jumpin' Gennaro?" I think that'll be hilarious. I would appreciate that.
Absolutely.
But I just want to leave off
when I
this.
talk to him next, I gotta remember though. You know.
Yeah, but this Sunday,
Think of San Gennaro.
San Gennaro.
San Gennaro, you
Jumpin'
can't
Gennaro.
forget that. That's the feast in New York.
Yes,
and
I know,
Jumpin'.
but you know, if I talk to him in 3 months or 2 months, you know, we don't talk every day, but we talk close. Friendly.
My friend gave me the stage name. My last name is DeGenato, but there really was a guy in the 1940s who was a swing musician, singer named Jumpin' Gennaro, and that's how I got the name. That's how I developed the name.
I thought it was because you were.
I am a full
he is.
energy.
Oh, he is.
I
He
am
is.
full energy.
He's a fidgety one.
I'm jumping. I'm always jumping.
How do you think we got the yacht
I thought
sold?
That's
Robert,
what I thought, right?
Robert, this is Annette again.
Yeah.
2 things. Are you ever in New Jersey, like coming soon, like in May? Are you going to be around? Because we are doing
No,
a big.
May maybe.
Okay, we're doing a
I
big
may be
event
in-
on
in-
May 16th that
Big
we
Italian
would
festival.
invite you to our event as our guest. Besides that, I will email you some information and we'll get this all going.
All right. Yeah. No. May is. I may be in Italy.
Oh, nice.
I gotta. You know, it's hard because But if I come back east, I'll let you know. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, because you have my email and you also have my phone, so you can always text
I
me or
got
call
your
me.
text too. I got texts.
Yeah, that's right.
And
That's
keep
through
in
me.
touch.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
Absolutely.
Mr. Robert Davi, I want to thank you so much for your time.
Have you heard of Louis?
You are
All right. Wait. Before we go off, have you heard of Louis Pacella?
Louis who?
Louis Pacella.
Louis Pacelli.
That sounds very familiar.
Dominic, did you arrest that guy? Or
Louis
no?
Pacella.
Louis Pacella. Sounds very familiar.
No.
No.
Louis Pacelli.
Pacella.
Pacella.
Yeah, but Rob, but these guys
No,
from New
because-
York or New Jersey?
No. Pacella's from East Harlem.
No.
No.
Now, see, we're
New
Jersey guys. We know the names
We know
actually
some.
sound familiar to me too. You know,
I do
but
know some New Yorkers.
I can't even
but-
remember my own name these
From the
days.
Genovese family.
Oh, she looked it up on Google. She Googled him.
Yes.
Oh, wait a
Who I
minute.
played? You know, I played the young Vito and I played
That's
the older
right.
Vito. You know.
That's right. You did, and I did. I had that.
Well, Gangster Chronicles, I played the young Vito, and in Mobtown, I played Vito during the that thing that happened upstate New
The
York.
Appalachian
Yes,
thing, yeah. They got called an Appalachian.
Appalachian.
That was a great movie too. There, Rob.
Yeah.
Great part in that. I love it.
Appalachian.
Yeah.
Appalachian.
Wow.
Robert,
Yeah, funny.
Robert Davi, I have to say one thing. I've been saying more than one thing, but I'm saying one last thing before we go. I want to make sure you're so on point with going back into your memory bank and specific times and it's awesome. You know, you could just could channel in on something that you've done in the past and talk like it just happened yesterday, which is really really great. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's fun.
Plus, we
I have
appreciate
a-
your
yeah.
political points. You're right on point for us anyway.
Yes,
For us.
yes.
We're all with you.
God bless
Love
you.
your political
Thank
views,
you.
Robert.
Thank you
Love
so
them.
much.
That's
Mr.
important.
Robert Davi. God bless you.
We gotta speak up for the country.
Absolutely.
We'll stay in touch with through Annette's emails, and if when you hear coming in town, we'll try to put something together so you can at least see the place, and then we'll go from there.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah, it'd be better when, when the COVID is
Yes.
opens up. I mean, do you know what they did to Italy, right? Think of the poor country there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disaster.
Yeah.
I mean,
Especially our
that's
region,
another- that's
Campania
another story.
region is done.
But
We're gonna
Well,
try
they're devastated.
August, September. August, September.
yeah, definitely. Hopefully things open up, and we'll see what we can do.
So we're gonna close off
We're
with
going to close off with a not so, and thank you so much again. I really, I want
Thank
to
you,
give another
Robert.
so much,
Thank you.
Robert. Thank you. You're a very important
Ciao,
figure.
God bless, guys.
all together.
Joe.
Uno,
Due,
due,
tre,
tre,
Azzo! Thank you so much, Robert Davi. We'll
Thank you.
hope to see you soon and work through something nice, special.
Ciao.
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 Ciao.